Hey guys, today we would like to show you our track Among Us, which we produced together. I'm Jannis, aka Verschallt.
It's Toby, aka 6FOOT6.
Yeah, and today we want to show you a little bit how we compose the track, a little bit what you have to look for, some clues, some key features, just some advices we can give you, and the structure, and some sound design. So first off, we start with a break, show you a little bit the first drop.
We often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. We often forget.
So yeah, that's it at first. Maybe we show you in the end the whole track. First, we like to have a look at kick and bass because it's very important for this kind of genre that you get it right. So first of all, with the kick, in this case we just used a sample, which you normally use because it's very hard to make your own kicks. So it's always recommended to just use a good and tight kick sample. Look that it's not too long. You lose like this Psy kick type kick. So yeah. So which is very short, around about 120 seconds. So you need a really tight one because for getting the punch right, because when it's too long it's also colliding it with the bass, but it's also very dependent on the genre you're producing. So yeah, recommend just a short kick. Yeah, for the bass, we used Vital, which I really love because it's very accessible, free to use. And there I use always a saw wave, where I remove the fundamental. So when you initialize it, and you can go here on edit, you can just remove the lowest fundamental. Always check when you produce bass sounds, and to get an steady saw wave, just drop this randomization of the phase, because you always want to start at the same place. I think here it is on the left side, and then it cycles through. So always check that this is at 0 and not 88 or whatever. Yeah, that's very important. For getting the bass back, because we moved the lower fundamental, you can just add a sine wave. And also this approach has the benefit of you can just mix here how much low end you want, so you don't have to EQ or something, so you don't get problems with phase shifting or something, which is also sometimes an issue.
In the MIDI notes we did some velocity variations. So as you can see, the main head as like the main head on the third 16th, it's that head that you need to hear the most. The first is just a bit quieter, the first is just complete quiet. I mean, if you just, I would give you an example. If you just take 16th heads and put it like So bum 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 bum. It's just boring. You need to get some variations, and you can get them with some velocity automations, which we did right here in the MIDI file. What you can do if you are not as happy with your sample, what you can always do, we didn't do it in this project, but you can, with this button here, move the complete MIDI file some like max 8 milliseconds to the left and to the right, and maybe this will fit the clap or the snare better in the mix, but in this case we didn't do that. We just have a clap, perfect on time, with another clap. I think it's the same. No, it's not the clap, it's the snare, my bad. It's a tight snare. Like an off snare. To fill up the groove again, and right here we have, I call it an in snare. It's like a reverse snare. You just take the sample and reverse it, and it again gives the whole drums more groove and fill up the grooviness, fill up the spaces and everything.
I really dig the sound, I really love it. And we did it with the wavetable. You just pick the complex chart and then go to bit card, and then you use the modern one to warp it, and you get this really tight waveform, which looks really, I don't know, really it looks like
a kick.
Yeah, it looks like a kick. Yeah, it looks like a kick. And we passed it through the filters. So just to show you, maybe in loop, the filter's opening just with an envelope. So we did, here's an envelope 2, which opens the filter 1, and also a little bit the filter 2. So the low is also a little bit removed. And which I really love about the wavetable is the drive. So I always use the PRD and just give it a huge amount of drive, which makes it really bite through. And you get this really psychedelic, gnarly sound. Again, we used Vital in this case. And for these psychedelic sound, again, filter FM was used here. Just use an sine wave on a saw wave. Again, be sure to turn down also here the percentage of the phase randomization, because then you every time get a different sound. I mean, it's okay if you want this, but when you want to have more control, just put it down. With FM sounds, it's better to just take it down. To get these different sounds, here we use chorus just to get it a bit more space, and also the compressor. But to get like different timbres in one MIDI file, we just use the velocity tool, and then you can just put it on. For example, here we do it for oscillator for the distortion mode for the FM. So every time you switch the velocity, you also get a different timbre with the FM, and also the filter is closed a little bit more. So with these psychedelic sounds, it's often that you have a high pass filter, so you just cut the lows and have really bright high end. Here we attenuate it a little bit with just with the mix of the filter types, so it's a little bit more towards bandpass, but just getting through a little bit of the high end. And then you can just put it in your piano roll. You can put it's almost every time it's always playing a G, but all the different harmonics and timbres are coming through the velocity. So when you hear, so you can see just by adding here editing the velocity, you get a lot of variation. So, and there you can bring it to life and just, it seems like it's talking or something. Here also we use drum bass, then some echo.